This is the ultimate start-to-finish guide to Aquaculture 2. I'm filming this in version 1.21.1, but this is absolutely fine for all versions of Minecraft, and I will be showing you everything in the entire mod. Let's start off with the fish that are added by Aquaculture 2. As not to bore you, I'm going to whiz through this in a few seconds. It is all on the screen here. So they add a lot of different fish, of course, and these fish are fishable with the usual vanilla Minecraft fishing method. So just how you would normally catch fish in Minecraft, but you can only get certain fish in certain areas. Freshwater fish, so rivers, etc. Smallmouth bass, bluegill, brown trout, carp, catfish, gar, minnow, muskellunge, oh my goodness, and perch. And then we have arid, so, deserts, etc. Bayad, bulti, capiton, and synodontis. In the Arctic Ocean, we have Atlantic cod, blackfish, Pacific halibut, Atlantic herring, pink salmon, oh, I've got some in that in the oven at the moment, pollock and rainbow trout. And in salt water, we have jellyfish, red groupers, tuna. In the jungle, you get arapiama, aru turtle, piranhas, and tambukai. I don't know how the hell I'm saying this. And in swamps, you get frogs, leeches, and box turtles. Mushroom Islands will actually get you brown shroomer and red shroomer. And if you have the Twilight Forest mod installed, you get starshell turtles. You can also get goldfish absolutely anywhere. That's all of the fish you can get. Before we get into the video, thank you so much to Gportal for sponsoring this video. You can get Minecraft or a plethora of other games on their library here through their game cloud system, meaning you can buy as much RAM as you need for, say, a Minecraft server, and if you've got any left over or you want to add more, you can add other servers from different games into your game cloud and switch them out throughout the month as you wish. They have servers all over the world, as you can see here, and give you protection from DDoS attacks, 24/7 support, databases, and the server is immediately online. If you're looking for a specific mod pack in Minecraft, you can simply search it up, like our Patreon server, which we host on RLcraft. You can see it also recommends how much gigabytes you need. I, as a content creator of a community, need to make sure that it's a company I can trust, and my server runs beautifully, better than even running it myself, and I have a lot of experience in running servers. So if you want 10% off your first order with Gportal, check out the link in my description, and don't forget you can always join the Patreon to support the channel, and also join the Patreon-only RLcraft server. So what are we actually going to do with all that fish then? Well, what you can make is a filleting knife. So we have a wooden fillet knife, stone, iron, gold, and then Neptunium. Neptunium is a material that we can get in Aquaculture 2. The way that you get Neptunium is by fishing up something called Neptune's Bounty, which is a rare treasure loot. Now, if you do have the Luck of the Sea enchantment, it will increase the chance of you fishing Neptune's Bounty. And that's how we get Neptunium ingots, which are the kind of ultimate goal in this mod. So you make your fillet knives, and if you look at this, you can see that you can use the fillet knife with different fish. The only difference here is the durability, and obviously the damage, etc. it does. Different fish will net you different amounts of raw fish fillet. As you can see, a bulti gives you 1, where a red grouper gives you 3. Now, there is a config in this mod where you can actually change it, and it adds weights to the mod. So the higher the weight of the fish, the more fish fillet you get, but it's turned off by default. If you don't know how to do that, what you're going to do is go to, I'm assuming CurseForge here, this little 3 dots, open folder, or wherever that your mod pack is installed. Go to config, Aquaculture Common, and open it with Notepad or something. And then at the top here, enable weight for fish. And you just change false here to true. And that's it. And as you can see, different fish give different amounts. Like if you get an Atlantic halibut, you get 14 raw fish fillet. You can then cook it with some seagrass into sushi. You can smelt it into cooked fish fillet, which, you can use for food, of course. And there's a lot more that is added by this mod. It really enhances fishing. Funny that, because it is Aquaculture 2. So the first thing you're going to want to make here is going to be a tackle box. It's made pretty simply, as you can see. Place down your tackle box by right-clicking, and then you can shift right-click to pick it back up. Now I've got loads of them. Just dump that into the ocean. Oopsie! Right-click on your tackle box when it's on the floor. And then what you do is you get your fishing rod, While we're on the subject, you can make more fishing rods. There's iron, gold, diamond, and of course Neptunium. The only difference between the fishing rods is that they have better durability. The Neptunium one, fish are more likely to bite, but diamond, gold, and iron, they literally just have more durability. That's it. Let's use Neptunium because we can. What you're going to do is you're going to put it in this top right slot here, tackle box, and as you can see, there's a space for hooks, worms, and some other bits and bobs. So in this bait slot, we can add worms, minnows, and leeches as our bait. Bait is going to increase the chances of catching a fish. I'm going to go over all the different baits and how to get them in a minute, but I want to go through the tackle box first. The next thing we have in here are hooks. Hooks are interesting. They do a few different things. So iron and diamond, you'll see, have durable, a 20% chance to not consume durability, and diamond is a 50% chance. We can put that in the hook slot, and then when you take your rod out, oh God, what a sentence, it will then have the hook on it. 50% chance to not use durability. We have gold, which is increasing your luck. Feather, which is light, is going to cast further. Heavy will cast shorter. Double hook, chance to catch two things. Woohoo! It's a 10% chance, by the way. The redstone one gives you a longer opportunity to catch in a fish, so it's wobbling around for longer. Note, it'll actually play a little audible alert when a fish is approaching, and Never Star is a 50% chance to not use durability and increase luck, which is obviously the best one that you're probably going to want. There's also some cosmetics we can put on here. There is a bobber, and you can put that in there. It's going to change basically what it looks like, and this is actually dyeable. You make it with a nautilus shell and some clay balls. You just stick it in. Oh, it's nighttime out at sea. How lovely. You should be able to just put it in here with some dye, and yeah, like, see, it's going to turn green. I go into my tackle box, put the green bobbler in, and now when I use my fishing rod, can you see it's a green bobber? I'm like, ooh, gooba bobber. If you know that meme. Oh my God, brain rot TikTok has infiltrated my mind. And there's also a same thing. There's a fishing line which goes in here, and again, that is dyeable. So you can have a fishing line dyed as well. So that's those two slots. The last one is the worms. I keep calling it worms. It's a tackle box. So if you want to use different hooks, for example, for different things, you can actually store all of that in here. All of your bait you can store in here. You can store your different bobbers, hooks, etc. They won't all be attached unless you use it on here. But if you use, sometimes you might want enticing, sometimes you might want heavy, sometimes you might want something else. You could just change them around to keep them all in storage here. So finally, let's talk about the actual baits. So leeches and minnows, you are actually going to get them via fishing. Worms, however, these little wriggly worms, you can just put, you can only put one in there at a time? Really? I'm not sure if it automatically pulls from storage, but that's ridiculous. Or maybe you only need one. I'm not sure. No, I think it is usable. You need a worm farm. This is going to be able to use anything that you can use with compost, but it provides worms, basically. So it basically is a composter. So I can put my potatoes in here, and now what you can see is that there's a worm in there. And if you're using like the One Probe or anything like I am up top, it'll tell you when there's a worm in there. So at the moment, no worms. But you might have seen a minute ago when I pulled that one out that's on my action bar, it did say at the top worm farm, and under it said one worm. Oh no, there is worms in there. Look. Oh, sorry, my bad. There we go. There's loads of worms. It doesn't tell you at the top. And you just right click with an empty hand, etc. to get the worms out. And that's how you get all of those. Now, I did mention Neptunium. So there's actually a lot of other tools you can make that are really good for like fishing and under the sea with these ingots. Just as a refresher, you get them by, it's called Neptune's Bounty, and it's just fishable, and you just hope that, you know, you get it. And Luck of the Sea will increase your chances of fishing it up. So you literally do just fish it up. Neptunium pickaxe, usable without speed penalty underwater. Same with all the tools. Increases damage against enemies underwater for the axe. The hoe, tilled farmland will stay moist. Oh, that's cool. Neptunium sword increases damage against enemies underwater. Arrows go smoothly through water with the bow. The helmet improves your underwater vision. The chest plate allows you to breathe underwater. The leggings make you weightless, and the boots increase your swim speed. And then we've got the fillet knife, which increases the amount of fillets that you get. So the Neptunium armor, once you get it all, by passively fishing, it is actually really, really good stuff for underwater adventuring, etc. as well. And there we go, guys. That is the complete guide to aquaculture. Oh, actually, no, I'm forgetting a few things. There's a message in a bottle, some driftwood, a tin can, message in a bottle, a box and a lockbox, a treasure chest, and some algae. Algae gay. And you can spawn turtles that you get around the world. Fish bones as well. This rubbish, you basically just fish up. Sushio showed you how to make earlier, just with some fish fillets, etc. And then you can also make turtle soup with turtles, water buckets, and bowls. And now, there's also some fish mounts you can mount your fish with, which is really cool, on the wall, etc., which is awesome. Now that's everything. Okay, now that is the complete guide to Aquaculture 2.